You see the headline. You know how this goes. Let's get into it. A judge in Washington on Tuesday struck down an executive order targeting law firm WilmerHale, marking the third ruling to overwhelmingly reject President Donald Trump's efforts to punish firms he perceives as enemies of his administration. U.S. District Judge Richard Leon, an appointee of Republican President George W. Bush, said Trump's order retaliated against the firm in violation of U.S. constitutional protections for free speech and due process. WilmerHale is the former home of Robert Mueller, the Republican-appointed special counsel who led a probe into Russia's interference in the 2016 presidential election and Trump campaign ties to Moscow. Trump has derided the investigation was a political witch hunt. No. Trump administration, y'all keep calling for investigations and not telling people to not really investigate. And I'm shocked that they ever find anything, because it's not like you hire the best people. But then y'all get pissed off when real shit is found. That's why y'all trying to eat the faces of Patel and his second in command right about now, because they're finding out the truth. Leon barred federal agencies from enforcing the March 27th executive order against WilmerHale, a 1,100 lawyer firm with offices in Washington, D.C. and across the country. WilmerHale was among 4 law firms that sued the administration over Trump's orders seeking to bar their attorneys from federal buildings and to strip their clients of U.S. federal government contracts. Trump accused firms of weaponizing the justice system against him and his allies. Isn't that just classic Trump? Accusing people of what you're actively, openly doing in the public, under the spotlight. WilmerHale called Trump's order flagrantly unconstitutional, arguing it violated its rights to speech, due process, and equal protection under the law. The firm in its lawsuit was represented by prominent conservative lawyer Paul Clement, who was the U.S. Solicitor General during the George W. Bush presidency. I don't know why Trump wants to keep going after litigators. That goes to show how deluded he is to keep inflating his ego. In a related lawsuit, U.S. District Judge Beryl Howell on May 2nd overturned Trump's executive order against law firm Perkins Coie, ruling that settling personal vendettas by targeting a disliked business or individual for punitive government action is not a legitimate use of powers of the U.S. government or an American president. On May 23rd, U.S. Judge John Bates in D.C. issued a similar ruling that struck down Trump's order against Jenner and Block. A 4th judge is weighing whether to overturn an executive order that targeted Susan Godfrey. The U.S. Justice Department has defended Trump's orders in court, arguing in each case that Trump was lawfully exercising his presidential power and discretion. Bullshit. The Justice Department can appeal Leon's order to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit. 9 law firms, including John Weiss, Latham & Watkins, Skadden Arps, and Willkie Farr, reached deals with Trump that averted punitive actions, pledging a combined total of nearly $1 billion in free legal services to advance causes he supports. Trump's targeting of firms has drawn condemnation from many within the legal industry. Some have criticized the firms that reach agreements as capitulating to presidential coercion. What are your thoughts?